Hey, Aniska, what's going on?
Hey, Kevin, how are you?
Doing well, doing well. So, welcome to the podcast today, man. We're excited to talk to you about some amazing things you guys are doing here at Dubiski High School, right? Where it's more a career school. So, you're part of the CTE program, right? So, let's start from there. Let's talk about how long you've been with the CTE program and then some of the things that the CTE program offers.
Absolutely. Well, first off, thanks for having me. I'm very glad
Yeah.
to be here. CTE stands for Career and Technical Education. So it's throughout the state, it's throughout the nation, actually, where students not only learn their core subjects, math, science, English, social studies, but they
Hmm.
also learn workplace skills. So it's heavily driven on workplace, whether it be a nurse, or construction worker. It spans the gamut. So Dubiski Career High School is a wall-to-wall CTE school, which means that kids can go there and get their core subjects and also get CTE at the same time. We also have two comprehensive high schools, South Grand Prairie High and Grand Prairie High, that have pocket CTE, pocket programs. So they're a traditional high school with athletics, fine arts, and sports, but you can also delve into career and technical education. So it
Okay.
spans the gamut for all kids.
I love it. And how long you been with the school and the program?
Absolutely. So this is my 12th year with Grand Prairie ISD and CTE.
Okay. Now, what now? Because you've been really active in that program for some time. What is kind of your role over that program, and how do you kind of get everything, keep everything going? Because I know you be busy every time we get with you. Y'all got something going on. So, how long you been with the program, and how have you been able to push that program and all that stuff?
Well, first of all, you're right. There's always something going on. And I have to give a shout out to all the teachers and the staff and the students and the parents and the community because it takes a village in CTE. We couldn't do it alone. I humbly serve as the chief of CTE and Innovative Programs for the district. So
Mm.
my job is to basically manage our CTE program and then also come up with new and innovative programs as well.
Gotcha. So we talked a little bit before you even press record on some of the different things that you guys offer, right? Even say for internships, right? So now that I know that I can actually get with some of your students for some intern stuff that I need, what are some other things that you guys offer internships for that people might say, hey, I'm looking for someone in this particular industry or field or for a certain skill set? What are some of the things you guys offer for internship?
Great question. So within the district, we have 30 plus programs of study. So programs of study are basically, it means industry.
Hmm.
So whether it be masonry or engineering, we offer internships for those programs of study. Our goal is 100% of our seniors go out for internships, and the community has been very, very, very supportive. From Mama Moore's popcorn
Mm.
to Prairie Paws to
Yeah,
the chamber
yeah,
that
yeah.
have hosted interns. So basically, how it works is you tell us you want an intern, tell us the skill set that you're looking for, and kind of your hours of operation and what the intern will be doing. We select students that have that specific skill set, and then you interview them, choose who you want. We make a site visit because, of course, we have to visit the site before we send students there. We make a site visit, and the student starts interning. Uh, all of our partners sign an MOU, a memorandum of understanding,
Okay.
because you can cancel at any time
Right.
if the student isn't working out or doesn't have the skill set that you thought that they had. There's no harm. Our students they're built tough. We instill in them that you have to be able to take criticism and feedback.
Absolutely.
So, we may switch the intern out and bring in a new intern and try again. So you can return at any time, swap, the sky's the moon with the interns.
Yeah.
They're paid and unpaid. And we also have a lot of support from the community outside of Grand Prairie as well, from CEC electrical facilities to Holt Caterpillar. There are just tons of opportunities and tons of kids.
Wow. I love it, man. So if I wanted to, which I do, want to kind of connect with an intern and kind of bring them on board to kind of start helping me out in my business, what's the process of doing that to try to say get an intern to come and work for me?
Great question. So There are a lot of us within the admin team that can help you with that. Typically, what happens is an email will get sent to Miss Diane Day. That's DIANE.DAY@GPISD.com
Okay.
and say, hey, I heard about your internship program. I'm looking for an intern this fall or this spring, and she will take it from there. So she will, of course, return your message and say, hey, what skill sets are you looking for? What are your hours of operation? Where are you located? All of those logistical things.
Yeah.
And then we'll get started. It usually takes from the time that you say you want an intern to the time that you actually get one, it usually takes about 2 weeks.
I love it.
In addition to that, we provide transportation. So we transport that student over to you at your internship, and we also allow our interns to drive as well. So if they have the proper license and insurance, we allow them to drive as well.
I love it. So I get an intern. Y'all gonna Uber that intern to my house to be able to work on some stuff, man, if I had a brick and mortar, right? So that's amazing. So tell me this. So I know even with the membership that CTE that you guys have with the chamber, it's one of our top tiers, right? Our chairman circle. And with that comes a seat on our board at the chamber. You are the main person who's been sitting in that seat with the board at the chamber. How's that experience been for you, and how have you enjoyed that whole process?
It has been a phenomenal experience.
Yeah.
I've been on the board for approximately 6 years, and some boards, the difference between a working board and a board. That's
sure.
That's a non-working board.
I just need a board.
Yes,
I need some numbers, some boards.
Exactly.
I got
exactly. You. The chamber board is actually a working board.
Yeah.
It's organized. It's business oriented. We are constantly focused on the businesses in the community. We're taking care of business.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that everything that we do is purposeful and strategic to help out businesses in the community. So I've really enjoyed being on the board, and I'm looking forward to this year as well.
Absolutely. So I remember at one of the board meetings you mentioned this, and forgive me, I'm trying to remember. I don't know, maybe it was about 2 or 3 board member meetings we had, and you mentioned something about some funds that was being donated or something to the program or something. Do you remember what that was about? It was something that you were super excited about. You gave us an update on that, and it was a program or something where you guys had got some funds for something, maybe for some programming or something like that. Do you remember that?
I somewhat, yes. First, I'll say we are always looking for donations.
Say that for sure.
If anyone wants to donate, give me a call. We're always looking for donations because we're all about kids.
For sure.
You may be talking about the scholarship. Every year we have CTE scholarships, and I'm so glad you brought this up, Kevin.
Yeah.
It's so important that we send our students off as successful to become successful, right?
Yeah.
So we really work hard in giving them all the tools that they need, that when they leave us, it's a seamless transition and they'll be successful. So every year we have the CTE scholarships, and companies donate money to basically give away in scholarships. And the community, once again, has been so good to us. Off the top of my head, Asia Times Square. I mean, we always get donations for scholarships so that we can reward these kids. And there's nothing like sending a kid off with a little change, so they can with a little change in their pocket, so they can be ready for the world. We also receive donations in the form of materials, supplies. I think what I might have been talking about that day was construction donations, maybe brick and mortar, that day.
Can't remember, but I know you were super excited about it.
Yes, because we're always thrilled when we get donations. We never throw anything away. We never what is one man's junk may be another man's treasure.
Absolutely.
So if you have an old hospital bed that you no longer are using, we'll definitely take that hospital bed, because we want the students to be able to learn on the equipment that is actually being used. So resources, time, money, supplies, anything that can be donated is deeply appreciated.
Y'all hear that, man? Hey, let's make an impact with the kids, man. We got to reach these kids and help them to get their future started on the right track, right?
Absolutely.
So one of the things I love about CTE is because you guys do competitions, right? Some of the students, y'all prepare them for certain competitions and they go and compete. Speak to that a little bit. Some of the things that you guys compete, in districts, and y'all actually won some. Yeah,
Yes,
so speak
yes.
to that a little bit.
So that is the single most, I love it. It's my favorite thing about CTE.
Yeah.
So we go to CTSOs, which are career and student technical competitions, organizational competitions. And we have 9 different ones that are recognized statewide, from business to skill sets to you name it, right? And the kids compete on a local level, a state level, and a national level, and some compete on an international level.
Wow.
So we've had a lot of success in that area. Again, I have to give a shout out to the teachers, because behind every talented student is a talented teacher.
Yeah.
So I will give a shout out to the teachers for that. But we have been extremely successful. As a matter of fact, this past year, we made it to nationals in all of our CTSOs. That's unheard of. That's fantastic.
Wow.
So I couldn't be more proud of the teachers and the students. Just going to the competitions, watching them. They're nervous, but they're excited. And then from an adult standpoint, I love it because win, lose, or draw, you're going to learn something.
Yeah.
So if you don't hit the stage in first, second, or third place, you're thinking in your mind, okay, what can I do better the next time? Were my green beans set on that plate, on the left, and they were supposed to be on the right? You're constantly thinking of things that you could have done to get better. So there's no tears, there's no crying in CTSOs, right? All the kids are learning good things, and they're becoming better human beings. They're learning how to compete with grace. They're learning how to maybe lose with honor. There are so many different lessons learned in CTSOs. So shout out to the teachers and the CTSOs.
Yes.
They show up and show out.
Absolutely.
We are so proud of them. And it lasts from the beginning of the year all the way throughout the summer until the end of the summer. So these kids really work hard. And then they go off to college with, a feather in their cap that they've competed. So we love it.
Yeah, man, I think I really love when I'm around anything that CTE students do. If it's something at a chamber luncheon, when you guys kind of hosting, from if they're kind of the greeters at the front door, or if they're doing anything where they're doing a presentation of something that they're going to maybe be going to compete in, right? And we have to grade. Every time I'm in the midst of a CTE student, the way that they carry themselves. So it kind of goes to that whole piece about they're becoming great humans.
Yes.
Right. And I think it's evident that we can see that in these students, how well mannered they are, how they're just graceful in terms of they were very respectful, and just the things that how they conduct themselves at these meetings and these luncheons is just absolutely amazing. And also with public speaking, just some of the skills that you guys kind of work with them on, how to be able to present themselves and do public speaking. And these are the things that they can carry on even after school into so many different areas of their lives. So kudos to you guys, man. Well, absolutely.
I'm glad that you mentioned that, Kevin, because we believe we can teach anyone how to turn a wrench, right? Yeah. You can teach anyone how to turn a wrench.
For sure.
But the 21st century skills are the important skills. Teamwork, learning how to look someone in the eye when you're speaking with them, learning how to shake hands, learning how, when the elevator opens, don't bombard and go in the elevator, wait for the folks to come out. You don't know what you don't know, right? As kids, you don't know what you don't know. But we're trying to teach them 21st century skills so that when they get in the workforce, that they know that much more than their peers. As a matter of fact, we have a district-wide freshman contest called FLD, Freshman Leadership Development, because before we teach you any skill, turning a wrench, cooking a cake, applying eyeshadow, we want to teach you how to communicate properly. So we have a district-wide freshman contest where we teach them 21st century skills, and they all come together and compete against one another. It's kind of fun competition.
Yeah.
All the folks from the community come out to help judge, because we don't want to judge. We want the community. We want the business owners to judge, right? So everyone comes out. And it's a really good time because all of the freshmen, again, win, lose, or draw, you've gone through the process. So you've learned those 21st century skills at the end of the day. So we really pride ourselves in our students being young adults and knowing how to conduct themselves in the workforce. That's very important. We can teach you any skill. Yeah. Any skill we can teach you.
Right.
But those 21st century skills are what's most important. We need to teach you how to be on time when you come to work, how to not surf the internet and look at inappropriate things when you're at work. You don't know what you don't know. So you come to us hungry and proactive and willing to learn, and we'll teach you all those 21st century skills.
I absolutely love it, man. You guys do an amazing, amazing job, and I love this program because I just think that is really shaping the future of just amazing young adults. So you guys are doing some great work there. So
Thank you.
what do you think is maybe just in the work that you're in and that you guys are doing? What are probably some of the bigger challenges that you guys face when trying to get these programs going and trying to help these students? Any challenges in that?
Yeah, there are tons of challenges. That's a
Yeah,
great question. So it's like with anything else, when we are looking to start a new program or dissolve a program, because quite honestly, some programs may not stick.
yeah,
Students may not be interested in it, or it may not be a very big industry within the DFW Metroplex. So, we sometimes we have to sunset programs of study. Sometimes we have to begin programs of study. I would say that the challenge for me when sunsetting a program is, gosh, I know some child out there loves this.
yeah.
Maybe just not our kids, but some student, somewhere loves this. So, there's always a tear shed for when we have to sunset a program. And don't get me wrong, we just don't cut it off, at the knees and say you're gone, you're no longer going to be a program. We let those students that are in it finish out,
Yeah.
but then we just don't offer it. So that's sometimes a bit challenging when we go to a middle school and a kid says, I'm really interested in XYZ,
Mhm.
and we don't offer that. So we just have to talk to the student to find out what else they might be interested in, to really hone in on their interest, and provide what they need. So that's a little challenging. Starting a new program is always quite challenging.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, yeah. They usually start off a bit slow
Mhm.
in terms of getting off the ground. We really have to go out into the community and market. We really have to go into the schools and market. So that's always challenging. We have to make sure that all the funding is there, all the equipment is there, all the resources are there. Um, that's sometimes a bit challenging.
Mm.
And what could be a challenge, but we are combating it, is keeping up with the industry.
Mm.
So, for example, teaching is always going to be teaching, right?
Right.
So, teaching kids how to become teachers never gets old. You're a teacher, so you know the new and innovative things that are coming out. So you teach the kids the new and innovative things that are coming out, so they can be great teachers, right?
Yeah.
But in the engineering field or computer science, right? Technology is changing every day.
Every day.
So something may come out that your teachers are unaware of because they're not physically in the industry. They are in the classroom.
Yeah.
So that's always a challenge. So we have to combat that, and we have to make sure that we send our teachers on externships. That's another plug. So if businesses want some teachers to come in for externships to say, hey, here's the latest and greatest, in this field. We love for our teachers to be educated because we want to pass on current information to the students. You don't want a student intern or an employee, for that matter, that's coming in with old knowledge and doesn't know the new way of doing things.
Yeah.
We like to stay ahead of the cusp. So that is a challenge, in full transparency, but we are sending our teachers on externships to try to combat that.
I love it. Yeah. I love it. So those are some of the challenges, right? So what are some of the things that you're excited about that's maybe that you guys have in place that's coming in the near future or down the line? What's give us the latest and the greatest. Give us the scoop.
Absolutely. Okay, so I'm super excited. We haven't talked about certifications yet. I'm super excited on industry certifications, industry-based certifications. So not only are you getting an intern or an employee that is proactive and just hungry to get in there and help out, you're also getting a student that is possibly certified in an industry-based certification. We pride ourselves in getting our interns, or our students for that matter, all of our students certified. So we talked about 21st century skills or 21st century skills earlier. So as a freshman, we get them certified in cybersecurity. So making sure that they know, what's appropriate, what's inappropriate on the computer. Customer service. So they know about customer service. Employability skills. So they know what employability skills are. And then OSHA. So they know about safety, right? So that's when they're freshmen. We get them certified in those things. But as they matriculate up through the 10th, 11th, and 12th grade, we get them certified in their industry-based certifications. So that's NCCER, let's say, for construction, or Adobe for graphical or graphic communications,
Yeah. Yeah.
or Safe Surf for culinary. We get them um, certified in all of these certifications that are industry based. So I'm really excited about that, because we're not just sending you a student that's cold turkey. We're sending you a student that actually has knowledge
Yeah.
in the industry. So super excited about that. I'm also excited about what's to come. So we've got some things that are up and coming.
That's
We
good.
just started barbering this year. I am
Okay.
really excited about barbering.
Okay.
We've had Cosmo for quite some time,
Yeah.
and it's been successful. We have students from the cosmetology department that have gone off, of course, with their Cosmo license, and they've started their own shops, or they're working in a shop. So that's highly successful. But we wanted to take it a notch further. So now we've got barbering.
Yeah.
Very excited about that.
Yeah.
It's also drawn a lot of our male students to want to join Cosmos so that they can do barbering. We definitely have female students that do barbering, but it's also kind of attracted some of our male students. So
Yeah.
we're super excited about barbering. In next year, not this year, not 25, 26, but 26, 27, we're looking to implement plumbing. Super excited about that.
Okay.
There is a lot of money in plumbing,
Yeah.
and plumbing, it's one of the trades that folks are starting to retire, right?
Yeah.
So we need some young, new plumbers to
Yeah.
come out,
Yeah.
and get certified, and become apprentices, and get certified, and get their licenses, and help out the community in that area. So we are really interested in tapping in on plumbing. That is an underutilized resource and skill that we have that we've just never done before, and it's time to take it there. It's definitely time to take it there. So we're excited about plumbing.
I love it.
We're always looking at new things.
Hey, baby, we're excited about plumbing.
Yes, we get some plumbers. We get some plumbers out there.
Absolutely.
Hey, you know what? I just paid a plumber $300. So,
Hey.
To fix a leaking toilet. So
Yeah.
I'm telling you, plumbers,
There's
that's
money
where
in
it's
the
at.
business.
Yeah, there's money in that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. So that's awesome. So Tiffany, so with all the different changes you guys are doing, and all the exciting things that's going on, and this is just personally me, and it may not be something that you guys are even looking at right now, but with the way that everything is going toward AI,
Yes.
is there anything that you see maybe, are you guys planning on implementing something in that space a little bit, just to kind of start tapping? Because I think a lot of people is scared of AI,
Yes.
but I think if you learn it and understand it, embrace it, I think it can be to your benefit, right?
Absolutely.
Instead of just running from it and just being scared of it. So is there any talks or anything coming down the pipeline with
I'm so
AI?
glad you brought that up. I'm so glad you brought that up. Because CTE and Grand Prairie ISD is not just for high school students. It's for pre-K through 12th grade, right? So we start you early, we start you young to try to tap into what you're interested in.
Yeah.
Studies tell us that students kind of determine what they want to be when they're in the third grade. So if you're at the playground and Johnny trips, and Katie comes over and says, "Oh, Johnny, you have a boo-boo, let me help you," that student may be more targeted towards nursing. In the third grade is really when students start to kind of feel out what they want to be. So we have implemented AI in one of our elementary schools for this year. Yes, it's not fully blown yet. We're still in the planning stages to roll it out. But we're going to start with our babies in elementary to kind of introduce them to artificial intelligence, because you're right. AI is here.
It's here.
It's not going anywhere.
For sure.
It is here.
For sure.
So we need to learn how to live with it. And I think what we really want people to understand is AI is not going to necessarily take your job, but a person that knows AI will.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
So we're not worried about, they're going to fire us and, have a computer going forward. No. That's not what AI is about. Basically, AI is about a person that, knows how to use that intelligence.
Yep.
They're the ones that are going to get the leg up, or that they're the ones that are going to take your job, quite honestly. So that's where we're at. We're starting with our elementary school. The year after next, we'll roll it out to middle school, and then eventually to high school. So we're on the AI train right now. We're also implementing computer science in elementary as well. We want to make sure that those babies know about computer technology. There are so many jobs out there in the area of computer science. So we definitely want to fulfill that need. It's very important to us. And then Esports and gaming. That's another thing that we're implementing that's new within elementary and middle
Wow.
school. Yeah, we want to start them young and really prime the pump, get them going, get them interested, and then roll it into middle school. So this year at Truman Middle School, we will have esports, which is new for
Mm.
Truman. That is definitely going to be a great thing for that middle school. Next year for Truman, we'll have AI.
Wow.
So that's going to be a great thing as well. So we're starting in elementary, rolling up to middle school, eventually to high school, and we're just supporting those students, knowing that when they graduate, they will be fixing problems that we don't even know exist right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
AI is so important. I can't speak enough about artificial intelligence. It's here, it's not going anywhere, and we want to get our students prepared for the future.
Absolutely, man. I just personally took a master class on AI the other day, and my mind was blown. I'm like, oh my god, this is. But I felt the opposite. I was like, this is amazing,
Yes,
right? Because I see the things in terms of how I can use AI, and it's kind of like to what you said. It's like AI is not going to take your job. It's the people who understand AI is going to take your job,
absolutely.
right? And that just makes so much sense because if you're not learning AI right now and trying to at least understand it, I think people tend to fear what they don't understand,
Yes,
right? And if
yes,
you understand it, there are many companies who are going to be hiring someone who understands AI
absolutely.
to kind of implement it into their, their workspace. So I totally agree, man. So this is awesome. I,
Yes.
I love everything you guys are doing. You about to say something? You want to add
No, I was
anything?
just going to piggyback off of that and say, people use AI, Kevin, and don't even know it. So
Yes.
if you're, for example, if you're on a Zoom call, right,
Yeah.
there's AI that will summarize that Zoom call and send it to you in your email, and you will have a summarized, discussion or a summarized communication between you and the person that you were talking with on Zoom. That's
Yes.
AI. So,
Yeah.
it's not this big, bad, scary thing that we think of. It's the simple things that we do in life every day,
Yeah.
that people will really need to start to understand, because that is the wave of the future.
For sure, man. For sure. So tell me this: is there anything that you feel like people would really need to understand and know about CTI, about the programming, that they may not know? What's that one or two things that you like? People really need to understand this about CTI. What would that be?
Yeah. So I think, that's a loaded question. I think there's so many things to know and understand about CTE. There's so many things. Um, but I think the number one thing is we're preparing students for the workforce,
Yeah.
whether that be your traditional blue collar, whether that be your traditional white collar.
Hmm.
We are preparing students for the workforce. If they want to go the post-secondary route, CTE is in the post-secondary route. So a lot of folks think it's either CTE or college. No, no longer is CTE your mom and pop's VOTEC school. It's no longer VOTEC. That's what I grew up in VOTEC. If you didn't want to go to college, you automatically go to the VOTEC school, and you're in shop class and you're going to be a carpenter. That type of
Hmm.
thing. It's so far ahead of that now. It's
Yeah.
so complex. So I guess I would want people to understand that it's college and workforce. It's an and, it's not
Yeah.
an or. We've got students that are in the nursing program at Grand Prairie High School that come out with their associate's degree and have, a year and some change left, and they've got, a degree in nursing. That's unheard of.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's shaping our future. And on the other hand, we've got students that enter in apprentice programs in electrical, right? That go in an apprentice program for 4 years and then come out and have their journeyman license. So those type of things, I want folks to understand that it's not an or,
Hmm.
it's an and.
Yeah.
And it's just about tapping into a student's interest. I always tell my son and all of our students, you have to do what you love,
Hmm.
because if you chase after the money
Hmm.
and you're not doing what you love, at some point that money's not going to look too good anymore,
Yeah.
because you're going to be unhappy.
For sure.
So you go after what you love. Now it's a bonus if you can do what you love and it pays a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you always have to go for what you love. And what I pride ourselves in Grand Prairie and also CTE is we're really trying to hone in on what students love, what they're interested in. Because I believe that's why students enjoy school so much. You know,
Mm-hmm.
if you're an athlete, you go to school because you love playing football, right? So you're going to go to school and get good grades and do all the right things because you want to be on the football field every Friday night,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Well, if you're a CTE student and you love to cook, then you're going to come to school every day because you're going to be excited about the next meal or the next cake or whatever you all are going to make.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to find enjoyment in that. Or you're going to find enjoyment coming to school knowing that you're going to fly to Los Angeles or Orlando or, Vegas next week to compete. So all of those things are very exciting for students. So in addition to tapping into what they love, I think we are providing an avenue for students to really enjoy coming to school.
Yeah.
Not that they don't, not that they don't love learning English and math and social studies and science. But eventually they're going to have to go out into the workforce.
Yeah.
So why not determine what they like or don't like?
Mm-hmm.
That's not talked about enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or don't like while they're in school, and it's paid for. So you're not wasting 4 years of college or wasting your time in an industry that you figure out you don't like when you could have found out in high school, fully for free, basically.
Yeah,
for free.
For sure.
Yeah.
Well, man, listen, I appreciate all the work and time and energy because you guys, y'all even, what I found out that y'all be working even during the summertime.
Yeah.
Like y'all don't get real like summer break or anything like that. So it just goes to show that, man, you guys are really putting in the work. Y'all dedicated to this mission of helping these students to become prepared and ready for the workforce. And then again, like we mentioned before, just better human beings overall. So we appreciate you guys, man, and everything you guys are doing. I appreciate your time today for being on the podcast and explaining, giving people a little bit deeper understanding of what it is that you guys do and how you guys are making an impact in our future. So thank you, Mr. Aniska Douglas, for taking care of business, baby, right here, man. So until next time, man, we out.